high demand for COVID vaccines.
So a lot of pharmacies ordered very little doses, and unfortunately the demand actually has been huge.
Running short of supply at local pharmacies. Momentum building to recall more MLAs. And rising costs, too. And the Canadian in a starring role with a classic rock band.
And so I borrowed my mom's air miles and flew myself to Toronto for those auditions, and kind of the rest is history.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. Calgary pharmacies are having trouble stocking COVID-19 vaccines as supply is not keeping up with demand. Tyson Fedor is live for us. And Tyson, it's Pfizer that's limiting supply to pharmacies.
Ian, and Pfizer Canada is saying today that it's implemented temporary allocation measures to help keep supply at its levels right now because of that increased demand. But it's pharmacies that are saying that demand is just too high right now to keep up with supply, and wait lists are now being created for patients. Now, Randy Howden, who works at the medicine shop in Crowfoot, says he's only received a handful of vaccines per day, but he says he's perplexed at the ongoing confusion of the rollout. Howden has 41 people on a wait list for the vaccine at his medicine shop pharmacies, but he's not sure if he will receive any supply past tomorrow. The vaccine also costs about $100. Most pharmacies, though, are charging around $136. The province is offering the vaccine at public clinics, charging Albertans for the shot. As of Friday, more than 171,000 doses had been administered across the province. The Ministry of Primary and Preventive Health Services says there is no shortage of vaccines in the public program, with vaccines given out in line with last year's levels falling the first week.
At the end of September, we were allowed to do a pre-book, which means we could order some vaccine ahead of time so that they could create those orders and get us some supply. Most pharmacies had no idea what to expect, and the product is non-returnable. So a lot of pharmacies ordered very little doses, and unfortunately, the demand actually has been huge.
Now, as I mentioned, pharmacies are charging around $136 for that shot. They're actually adding an additional $20 fee on top of that, an administrative fee. But many pharmacies, including Howden's, are waiving that fee to bring more people through the door and get those shots if you book through them. Ian?
Thank you, Tyson. Post-secondary students are now walking out of class in support of Alberta teachers. These students from the Alberta University of the Arts and SAIT protested this morning. The UCP government's decision to end the teacher strike and force them back to school has angered many Albertans, including those with a vested interest in public education.
I know for me personally, I have a special needs sister, so we've been advocating for better support in the classrooms, better class sizes and all of that, and since day one, and there's still no change.
Meanwhile, the province's use of the notwithstanding clause continues to face backlash. At a town hall on Saturday, chants started for the recall of MLA Rajan Sawhney. A website called Operation Total Recall is tracking efforts to recall UCP MLAs. A recall petition has already been approved for the Education Minister. Today, Alberta's Chief Electoral Officer told a legislative committee a recall campaign has also been approved for Airdrie's Angela Pitt. He also asked for an additional $13 million to deal with recalls and referendums. The committee, which is majority UCP, reduced that request to $1.4 million and is forwarding it to the Finance Minister. The province is making some minor changes to reading and math screenings for Alberta's youngest learners. Literacy and numeracy screening has been mandatory for grade 1 to 3 students since 2022, with kindergarten students being added last year. These screenings help identify whether students are struggling in math and reading and whether further help is needed. Under the proposed changes, it would be mandatory to share the results with parents and provide the data to the Education Ministry.
Well, the idea behind the individual information is to help ensure that we're delivering targeted support. That's a key element, of course, behind this entire bill, is so that we can identify students who require additional intervention and ensure that adequate supports are being provided.
The Alberta Teachers Association says without support for students afterwards, the screening is nothing more than government bureaucracy. Teachers have also expressed concern about screening taking significant time away from student learning. In Ottawa, the Liberal government is set to table its first budget tomorrow. The Prime Minister and Finance Minister have both said Canada needs to invest more and spend less during this time of uncertain global economics. Mayor Jeremy Farkas says he hasn't been able to talk directly with Mark Carney yet, but has shared some of his priorities with the feds.
I've been speaking about the importance of infrastructure funding for municipalities. I've been talking about energy access for Alberta. Also been talking about the importance of investment in housing and poverty reduction.
In a statement, Alberta's finance minister said he's hoping Ottawa will build the infrastructure, pipelines, and trade corridors that attract investment, create jobs, and make life more affordable for families. The City of Calgary has slashed some pet adoption fees by more than half at their Animal Services Centre as they hope to get more animals adopted before winter hits. The adoption fee for a cat this month will be just under $85 plus tax, about half the normal price. Dogs can be adopted for a $100 fee plus tax, about $125 cheaper than normal. The city says all adopted animals are spayed or neutered, vaccinated, and microchipped. The sunset ceremony is just getting underway at the Field of Crosses.
Attention! One pace forward, march!
Sacrifices made by members of the Royal Canadian Air Force are being honored today. Sunset and sunrise services are happening at the Field of Crosses along Memorial Drive every day until Remembrance Day. They are free and open to the public. Okay, Danielle, November is here and it's starting to feel pretty brisk, hey?
It does feel like that, especially in the mornings. We get a little reminder, it is fall. We're in November. And wind chill is an issue. Today we had that in the morning as well. We got to a high of 8, though, in the afternoon. It did come with a good amount of cloud cover, especially later in the day. And we're now down to 7. So we are starting to cool for the day. 5 is a normal high for this time of year. So we were a few degrees above normal today. Your 24-hour forecast is brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen, where you can win your ride. See dealer for details or visit 5thavvw.com. And once again, wind chill in the morning. It will feel closer to -5 at 7 and 8 in the morning. So layers are a thing for tomorrow because then some sunshine, especially in the afternoon, and getting up to a high of 7 degrees, which is quite nice as well. We do have to talk about the potential for freezing rain in the longer term forecast, so we'll talk about that coming up. Ian?
Thanks, Danielle. Alberta's government may have to deal with another labor dispute. Just ahead, a group of healthcare workers take a strike vote. And driving home the message about impaired driving, Project Red Ribbon gets underway. Also, if you have a news tip, text us at 10400. The holiday season is coming, and Mad Calgary is asking drivers to plan ahead and stay sober behind the wheel. The group launched its 38th annual Project Red Ribbon campaign today. The campaign's aim is to raise awareness about the dangers of impaired driving and encourage people to plan a safe ride home if they're drinking or using drugs. Every hour, an average of 9 impaired driving charges or suspensions are laid in Canada. Mad Calgary is asking residents to show support by displaying a red ribbon or decal on their vehicles, bags, or keychains as a symbol of commitment to sober driving.
The impact to our members who have to go and deal with this, the impact to other people who witness this, the impact to other community members, it's mammoth, and it's just so impactful and so unnecessary.
The red ribbons and decals are available through MAD Calgary, MAD Canada's website, and at Co-op wine, spirits, and beer locations across the city. The fire department was called to Shouldice Aquatic Centre today just before 6 this morning. A call came in about high carbon monoxide levels. ATCO was called in to help determine the source. The fire department ventilated the pool and change room areas. The all clear was given just after 7. Okay, by Wednesday or so, there is the risk of freezing rain.
Yeah.
But before then, it's pretty good, right?
Yeah, tomorrow's fantastic, a lot like today. But yes, on Wednesday is our messier day, but it's not looking anywhere near as messy as what central Alberta will have to deal with. So we're kind of just getting a little taste of it, you could say, on Wednesday. And yes, there will be the risk of freezing rain. I'll show you that in the future cast in just a moment here. Live shot, yep, we've had some cloud cover push in today, and that cloud cover will stick around for the next few hours and then start to clear out in the overnight hours. 5 degrees is the temperature in the city right now. We did get to 8 today. 5 is a normal daytime high for this time of year. So we got, you know, a few degrees above normal. 3 degrees in Brooks at the moment, 5 in Lethbridge, 7 in Medicine Hat, and at that freezing mark in Banff. Now, it was a bit of a gusty day, especially Pincher Creek, where they saw gusts 70 kilometers per hour. In the city, though, we had 43. That was our maximum wind gust today, and the winds will be calmer as we get into tomorrow. So calmer winds, a lot of sunshine, temperatures similar to today, a nice fall day for tomorrow. Here's the cloud cover, and there's a decent stateside low. This is going to redevelop on our side of the Rockies, and that means for Wednesday, we will be dealing with a little bit of moisture in the south end, and again, central Alberta will be dealing with quite a lot more than us. I'm going to show you that on the hour by hour here. Clouds clearing out tonight, as you can see, and then in the far south tonight, yes, we do have the chance of some flurries, and then that clears out for the day. So all of southern Alberta, lots of sunshine for tomorrow. And then the second wave of this pushing in. So this is a look at Wednesday morning, and you can see rain down in through Calgary, down Highway 2, and through parts of the far south as well. And you can even see this pink color here. That's the indication that there's freezing rain potentially mixed in with this. It may kick off with some freezing rain. So we have that potential in Calgary, especially on Wednesday morning. And then, as you can see, this system mainly shifts to the north. We may have to deal with it east of the QE2, for example, Oyen Coronation areas. Mainly rain, but you may have some snowflakes mixed in with that as well, and the risk of freezing rain. But this is really a system for central Alberta. We're just going to catch the edge of it as it really starts to develop there. Okay, 7 degrees for tomorrow, lots of sunshine. Keep in mind, layer up in the morning, wind chill of -6. Then on Wednesday, again, especially in the morning, the chance of showers and also some freezing rain as well, so slick roads may be an issue. 4 degrees is our high for Wednesday. Thursday, we get to the double digits, which is nice and well above normal, especially considering normal is 5 degrees for this time of year. And then we dip down for 7 on Friday and to kick off the weekend.
Strike voting has just closed for thousands of healthcare workers. The group includes licensed practical nurses and healthcare aides. Contract talks between the Alberta Union of Provincial Employees and Alberta Health Services broke down last month. The union wants increased wages to reflect an increased workload. AHS says it respects the collective bargaining process, and it remains at the table committed to negotiating an agreement. Voting results are expected to be released Wednesday morning. Canadian is taking center stage with a classic rock band. Still to come, Jordy Brown on how he and Foreigner are teaming up on their Canadian tour. Deal on Wall Street today. Joining me is Robert Geary, investment advisor with the Popwich Carmeli Advisory Group. And Robert, we have the maker of paper products and diapers teaming up with the maker of Tylenol.
Yeah, this was a big one, and one of the biggest deals of the year here this morning. Ian, and the biggest one here is Kimberly-Clark buying out Kenvue, which is the maker of Tylenol, for $48 billion. And so this will create a big global conglomerate on the healthcare side, right? So usually in these deals is creating synergies, cost savings, but Kimberly-Clark's stock was down 14% on this news. And I think part of it is because they have to pay for it. And the other part is that the Wall Street and the investors alike were kind of going, there's a lot of lawsuits. There's been a lot of Trump administration negativity on Tylenol. So they're buying kind of a hot knife here, and they need to turn this around. So interesting deal today. We'll have to see how this plays out.
And Calgary-based Imperial Oil is selling off some key real estate.
Yeah, so they had this in their report kind of a little bit buried on Friday, and I was kind of waiting to see how that news relayed and how the rumors started over the weekend on who the suitor is or who the purchaser is. But this is a huge space in Corey Park. This is 800,000 square feet, can fit easily 3,000 people. So you start to wonder who the suitor actually is, because it would have to be a major company or an institution. Let the rumor mill start to fly. My son wanted a go-kart track installed, so I don't know that is going to happen. But I've heard a couple names flying, so we'll have to see once that news breaks here, probably in the coming months.
Okay, thanks very much.
Appreciate it.
Premier Danielle Smith is thanking Saudi Arabia's energy minister for hosting her in the Middle Eastern country. Smith posted online that Abdulaziz bin Salman Al Saud has been hospitable. She says Saudi Arabia and Alberta can collaborate on energy development, environmental technology, and artificial intelligence. That's one reason why Smith says the province will open an international office in the Canadian Embassy in Abu Dhabi. Smith is visiting Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, promoting Alberta's energy industry. A brewery in Leduc is giving people the opportunity to embrace their awkward side. For a cash donation, you and your friends can come in and pose however you want. The cringier, the better. And people are really getting into the spirit, even wearing matching outfits and embracing the candid moments.
I think it's probably a new craze, is kind of pushing those boundaries, making yourself feel okay with being awkward. The response has been incredible. I don't understand. There's been a bigger reaction to this event posted online than we have had for anything.
All money donated goes to the Boys and Girls Club in Leduc. The federal government releases its budget tomorrow. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. It'll be the first budget from the Liberals since Mark Carney took the helm. Canadians are being told to prepare for austerity and focus spending on economic growth. Coming up at 6, we'll hear what Calgarians say they're hoping to hear. Also ahead, reforming the National Amber Alert. Coming up, where the latest calls for change are coming from southern Alberta. Ian.
Thanks, Tara. In the 1970s and 80s, Foreigner had a string of hits and 6 platinum-selling albums. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame members returned to Calgary on Thursday at the Winsport Event Centre with a very special Canadian connection. Joining me is Geordie Brown, who is a guest vocalist with Foreigner on their Canadian tour. Thank you for speaking with us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Now, you became part of the Foreigner family, so to speak, when you got the lead role in Jukebox Hero, the play. How did that advance your career?
It's certainly still, the largest scale credit I would have on my resume as a performer. And that all started because I saw an audition call come through back in early 2018. Foreigner and their creative team, specifically Mick Jones, were looking for the cast of this new musical, and they were looking for people who were based in Toronto, because that's kind of the hub of the Canadian theater scene. But I'm based in Halifax, and so I borrowed my mom's air miles and flew myself to Toronto for those auditions, and kind of the rest is history. I got cast in the lead role.
Okay, well, we have to listen to you playing some Foreigner or singing some Foreigner. Let's have a quick clip here. Of course, that all started out with Lou Gramm singing with Foreigner. When you sing that song, do you understand the gravity of the material you're taking on?
Yeah, it certainly is a balance, though. It's a balance that I kind of teeter on, because it's kind of overwhelming if I really fully kind of acknowledge it and embrace it. It is a lot to take on.
To see my extended interview with Jordy Brown, visit ctvnews.ca/Calgary. AC/DC has added an Alberta stop to their tour. The band will be playing Edmonton in August. The rock legends last played Commonwealth Stadium in 2015. The band is bringing its Power Up tour to Edmonton on August 9th. Tickets go on sale this Friday. AC/DC have been making music together since 1973. This tour is in support of the band's last studio album, which was released in 2020. We have some pleasant weather coming up again tomorrow, but perhaps the possibility of some freezing rain after that. Right now in the city, we are at 5 degrees. Danielle has details coming up. I know lots of people are putting winter tires on their car at this time.
And lots of people are smart people.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
But they won't actually need the winter tires perhaps till later.
Yeah, I mean, we're not looking at a lot of active weather this week, but the roads may be a little slick on Wednesday morning because there is the risk of freezing rain. Calgary and many communities around in southern Alberta and central Alberta. Okay, today we got to 8. We're now down to 5. That's a normal daytime high for this time of year. 5 will be closer to that for tomorrow with a high of 7. But still, a couple degrees above normal, lots of sunshine, calm winds. So really nice day tomorrow. Wednesday, good chance of showers, especially in the morning, and the risk of freezing rain. So that's when the roads may be slick, and we're only getting to a high of 4 on Wednesday, but double digits and quiet weather on Thursday.
Thank you, Danielle. A couple of Alberta ski resorts are opening sooner than planned. Sunshine Village kicked off its season on Sunday. The resort was originally going to open November 7th, but this weekend, snow fast-tracked that timeline. And Lake Louise says it will be opening tomorrow, which is 3 days earlier than expected. Both resorts have limited runs, which means lift tickets are cheaper, too. Thanks for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.